Hi, I'm Kat, and this tutorial is how to make this support ribbon friendship bracelet. It's a pretty simple pattern, and I'll link the pattern in the description box below. But before I get started, I want to tell you why I really didn't want to make this video. I was diagnosed with a pheochromocytoma in 2011, and I did my whole surgery and treatment and everything's fine. But I don't know what the support ribbon for what I had is, because I consider myself anti-cancer merchandise industry. It's kind of a racket to me. I don't really like it. I don't like all that stuff. I was listening to this great interview on NPR, and I wish I remember who it was, but she said something to the effect of, if I'm gonna die from breast cancer, I'll be darned if I do it with a pink bear stuffed under my arm. And those are kind of my thoughts on that. If you're gonna make these bracelets to support someone you love and care about, that's great, that's wonderful, I'm all for that. I've been there, but if you're gonna sell them to raise money, I hope that you give that money to the individual's family, something that's gonna directly benefit them, or that you thoroughly research a smaller organization that you want to donate to, an organization that's gonna give the majority of its funding directly to benefit patients or individuals, or to fund research. I'll link some great resources below for you to research organizations and nonprofits and make informed decisions, but I am begging you, please do not donate your money to organizations that spend the majority of their funding and research on more advertising to make more money to pay their CEO $684,000 a year. That is all. So I've cut my strings to 65 inches. You'll see I cut 3 black, 1 teal. And I'm just doubling them over, and I'm going to tie a knot in the middle. Then I'll clip that up and arrange my strings. So you'll see I've arranged my strings the same way as the pattern. I've got 2 background, 1 ribbon color, and then 2 more background. And I am going to start, and this is a 1-2 pattern, so for the first row, all of the strings are going to be in on the action, and for the second row, the 2 furthest strings on the outside are going to come out and not be used. So for the first row, I am going to start from left to right, and I am going to do a forward knot, then a backward knot, then a forward knot, and a backward knot. And I've zoomed in even further just because since the background color is so many strings, it's hard to see exactly what's going on. So this is our second row. My furthest strings on the outside are going to be left out, working from left to right. I'm always going to be working from left to right, by the way. And I'm going to do a backward knot, another backward knot, and a forward knot. Now for my third row, my outer strings are going to come back in. Everything's going to get paired off like that. For the third row, I'm going to do a backward knot, another backward knot, a forward knot, and another forward knot. Now for the fourth row, those strings are going to come out again. Pair everything off. Do a backward forward knot. With your center strings, do a forward knot. And then do a forward backward. Now for your fifth row, those outer strings come back in. Your 5th row is just going to be 2 forward knots and then 2 backward knots.
We're all together, fighting for the dream. We will now surrender, and what we feel, we are here. We will change our mind. Can you feel it everywhere?
For your 6th row, take out those outer strings, pair everything off. Then you're going to do 2 forward knots and 1 backward knot. Now for your 7th row, you're going to do a forward knot, or a backward knot, forward knot, and a backward knot. For the 8th row, take out your outer strings, pair everything off, then do 1 backward knot and 2 forward knots. Now for your 9th row, those strings come back in. Start with a forward backward. Then a forward knot. Backward knot. And a backward forward. And this is the last row in this pattern. This is the 10th row. Take out your outer strings, pair everything off, and you'll do a backward knot and 2 forward knots.
Realize the power living inside you, and they feel that.
So that is the entire pattern. From this point you can just rewind the video and rewatch it as many times as you need to get your bracelet as long as you need it.
Rise your soul in anger, rise your heart in peace. Meet your kneeling brother, overline and see that now it's time to share our mind. We're all together, fighting for the dream. We will now surrender, and what we feel, we are here. We will change our mind. Can you feel it everywhere?
And when your bracelet is as long as you want it, finish it off with a knot and 2 braids. And that is your finished bracelet.